Aloha. Good evening. This is Andrew Aloha live out of Flagstaff, Arizona with Spiritual Image Productions. Today, I've been thinking about doing this for several weeks now, but today is the day that I'm going to do this. So I've decided to go ahead and make one of my specials. I call it the enchilada casserole, right? I don't know if that's the best name for it, but I'm just going with it, right? Anyhow, we got corn tortillas, we got cheese, and you can use whatever cheese you want, grated cheese. Um, we've got, and I just got these today. I forgot to get them, but anyhow, black olives, they're diced, refried beans, whatever refried beans you want to use. Maybe a little bit of garlic salt if you want, and some dried cilantros, right? Some onions that I've already cut up, and some jalapeno peppers. And these are really, these are like, I don't know what the hell they fed these things, but these are huge. They're not small, but I think we're going to go ahead and use both of these. And then now you can add all kinds of stuff to this. You kind of choose. It's up to you, right? So I'm going to add some zucchini to this. Now I have found that zucchini is really good for your digestive system. It gets your bowel movements going, right? It doesn't make you have the runs or anything like that, but I don't know. Do I want to use two or one and a half? I think I'm going to use two, and we'll just use the half elsewhere, right? And then, of course, one of the main ingredients is the enchilada sauce. You can put whatever one you feel is comfortable, whatever one you want, and then go from there. So, and what I do is I open it up and I put it in one of these containers. So, and then I put it in the fridge. So I use it for literally. This is my salad dressing. I make an enchilada salad, and later I'll probably do another video on making enchilada salads. But they're really good with lettuce, again, onions, chili peppers, some cheese, and then enchilada sauce for dressing. I've had some dressing in my refrigerator that I probably need to throw out because I haven't used it in a long time. But I don't eat dressing anymore. I just, except for enchilada sauce, and that's about it. Now, this is like one of the simplest things to make, and you do it however you want to do it. But I take a can of refried beans. And I need to open it up, right? Yeah, I was gonna just do all this in advance, but my guidance said, well, if you do that, then you can't do a satsang. You can't do a lecture. Not that you need a lecture, but sometimes there's some information that I need to impart to you. Yeah, and if you want to be careful, don't do this without being safe, right? So what I'm gonna do, let me see. Sometimes this thing just doesn't want to open up. So what I'm gonna do is mash these beans up. They're already mashed, right? But I'm gonna mash them so that I can mix in some of the other things in there. I add some enchilada sauce to the beans to make them more moist and easier to work with. And this really is simple. And then onions. I know that's about half an onion right there. And let me see, what else do we got here now? I'm trying to make this as fast as possible, so, because you know what's going on tonight. Like, you really want to hear this, right? TNF. You know what TNF is? Thursday Night Football on Prime, right? I have Prime Video account, and I watch all kinds of stuff. Sometimes they have some really good movies on there that you can watch as part of the program. So I do that. Let me see. Here, let's go like this. No, that's not it. All right, then let's go like this. Tonight they just started this about a year ago or so. So I don't even know. But when I do the jalapenos, I take out the core of it, the seeds, and it makes it less spicy if you don't really like really spicy food. And you know, I get these peppers. Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller. I don't know, it varies. But I get these peppers over at Safeways, just jalapeno peppers. That's all they're called. And I like to get the big ones because then I can make all kinds of stuff and have some left over for whatever. I mean, I'll buy 10, 15 of them, whatever. So what I'm doing is taking out the seeds and the core out of here, so it won't be so spicy. But all that kind of takes away from the actual taste of the jalapeno, if you ask me. So I'm going to take these and just dice these up into slices or pieces, so that I can mix them in with the refried beans and the enchilada sauce. So that's kind of the whole idea. So anyhow, tonight, can't remember. San Francisco is playing, I think I want to say the Seahawks tonight. So I think it's probably going to be a good game. Again, not that you want to hear it, but I'm putting it out there anyhow. Why not? What the hell, right? So I'm cutting all these up into small slices, and it'll make it spicy. The enchilada casserole, it'll make it spicy, but not incredibly spicy, I don't think. And okay, I know I probably should have done this in advance, so this wouldn't take so long. But anyhow, it is what it is. I'm just going with the flow. This is probably one of the best dishes that you can eat, unless, of course, you're allergic to beans or something like that, or the jalapenos are too hot for you or something. I don't know. People have their own quirks they need to deal with, and I'm just going along with it. So here we go. That's a lot of chilies, but I think it'll be okay. I don't think it'll be too spicy. I like spicy, but not incredibly spicy either. So we're going to go ahead and mix that in here. Now, probably it needs a little bit more enchilada sauce because it looks a little bit dry still. Again, you can do this all according to your own taste buds, whatever works for you. But I guarantee you this is probably a good dish for TNF. That's all it's to it. So I'm going to put the rest in here. And probably I put maybe a cup of this in here. I'm not sure exactly, but probably around something like that. So I'm mixing this all together, the jalapenos and the red onions. I like to eat red onions the best. Even though the other onions are still good, I like to eat those the best. Maybe a little bit of a garlic salt. I don't add too much because there's already enough salt in the beans themselves, right? And I think that for me that's plenty of salt without adding too much more salt to it. Some dry cilantros. And you know what I do? I don't know where I got this from, but I go to one of those Whole Food stores, and they sell it like, I don't know, $2.12 or something per ounce. So I just go get about 4, and I think this is for 8 ounces. I'll go buy 4 ounces and put it in here. So it works pretty good. And you could put however much cilantros you like. I like a lot of cilantros. That's probably not incredibly a lot, but it's probably a good amount. Looks like it's about 1/3 of a cup or something like that. So again, I'm mixing in all the ingredients that I've so far worked with. Just mix it up all here in the bowl, right? Now, it looks like this bowl is a little bit full. So I've got a baking pan. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it all that mixture in here. But we're not done yet. And then what'll happen is in a little when I get ready to heat this up, I will heat it up at about 375. Pretty much everything I cook, I heat up at 375. So for me, that's a really good standard cooking temperature. A lot of the stuff they want you to cook it at 400, 450, and sometimes even 350. I used to do it all at 350, but I don't know. It just 350 just didn't seem to work after a while. So now, and what you can do is wash these off a little bit. You know, take a little scrubber and make sure any pesticides that were on there can be wiped off. You know, and that's the biggest difference between organic food and regular standard food. It's just that the organic food doesn't have pesticides on it, and that's not the best toxin to eat, right? Or eat at all, much less best. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this zucchini. Again, this zucchini is really good for the digestive system. And now, one of the things I figured out, and I don't know, maybe other people figured it out too, is that if you have acid reflux, it's probably because you eat greasy foods all the time. So what I've done, I don't use any oils at all for anything. I don't cook with oil at all. And I stay away from the greasy foods as much as possible. And I think that's helped really considerably put a damper on acid reflux. I don't really get it as much anymore, and then or at all, and I just don't eat greasy foods. So anyhow, this is kind of what is I'm just kind of dicing this up. And again, you can put chicken, you can put beef in here. Although I'd be careful with the beef because a couple days ago they were saying that they did a recall on, what was it, 58,000 pounds of beef? I can't remember. It was pretty considerable. So I'd stay away from the beef for now until that's all signed, sealed, and delivered, right? And what I do when I cut this up, I try to make it angular cut. Somewhere I was watching a show, a cooking show, and it was an Asian show. They were making Asian food. I can't remember what, but they were saying that they cut the food, the vegetables at an angle when they make their Chinese food or whatever it was that they were making, because it helps to bring good luck. So, and maybe it helps to bring in prosperity and abundance. I'm not sure. I don't remember 100%. But they were also saying that if you cut your vegetables without any angles, any angular wedge on it, that it actually promotes chaos or and I don't want to say bad luck, but it promotes what's the word I want to use? Anyhow, it promotes stuff that's not good for you in your life. So all right. So what are we looking for? Well, we forgot the black olives. So anyhow, that's just an aside. You can take it with a grain of salt. I'm not promoting any curses or bad luck or anything like that. I'm just saying, telling you what I've heard, right? Oh, I thought these were cut. No, that lady said that were cut. All right, well, this is these are really good. This is an extra step that I have to take. I'll eat a few of these later by themselves. I love black olives. So anyhow, I'm just going to cut them in half. You can do whatever you want. And then go from there. So, I don't know that you've ever been to Flagstaff or Sedona or this neck of the woods here in northern Arizona, but right now the weather for the last few days has been amazing. Usually about this time of year, it's the best. For the last few weeks, we've been getting overcast. It's been really cloudy, like no sun at all, and it's rained a few times. But now we're like towards the end of September and into October. Usually, if you ever want to come out this way, that's the best time to do it. The weather is incredibly amazing, usually around this time. So, if that's just another side, and just some tips for your enjoyment, right? So anyhow, let me see how many black olives do I need to put in here? At least a half can is what I'm thinking. But you can put as many as you like, of course. I like a lot of black olives, but I think I'm going to save some for some salad later. I eat a lot of salads. I drink a veggie smoothie. 2 glasses of veggie smoothie every day. Um, and I think that helps with the program that I'm working with. I got diagnosed with diabetes several years ago, so I'm fighting back because I don't know what diabetes actually stems from. The only thing that I can think of that it's caused from is from people not accepting themselves, not loving themselves. So I don't know. Do I love myself? Yeah. Have I been known to not love myself and be or feel less than I am? Maybe. Probably a good probability or possibility. But I'm not bent on sticking with that particular type of thought, so I'm just working with it, right? Right. All right. So now there's 2 more ingredients that I need to add, and then we're gonna throw this in the oven and go from there. First of all, let me mix this other stuff in there. I keep seeing zucchini pop out of this. I'm gonna add a little bit more enchilada sauce, so I'll make it more. Oh, come on! What are you doing? There must be somebody that's mad at me. You know, if you go and you think about your every action, word, and deed, everything has purpose. There's very few accidents in the universe, very few in between. And if you think about everything that you do and work with, and just think about it. That's all you have to do. Something somewhere down the road led to an event that you're involved in, or an accident, supposed accident, right? Even a car accident or something like that. Somebody was pissed off at you and they wanted you dead, so you got in the car accident. Just like now, and it seems like every time I'm standing here in this space, I don't know if there's a ghost here or somebody's mad at me or something. I spill water. I just drop those veggies, zucchinis. Every time I'm doing something in this corner, something happens. So I don't know. I'm not going to try to figure it out, right? I'm not going to go out of my way to figure it out. But it is what it is. I just go with the flow. Now I got some. I think this is Mexican cheese. I don't know. It's grated cheese. What I do is I mix some of the cheese in here. I don't know, maybe a cup or so. And then what I'm gonna do to make this officially enchilada casserole, you can't forget the corn tortillas, right? These I think these are white corn tortillas, or yeah, I think they're white. There's 4 of them. I don't know. You can use your own judgment, right? If you know anything about cooking at all, well, anyhow, it looks like I'm gonna do 10 corn tortillas, right? And I'm gonna cut these up into pieces. What I do is I cut them in half, roll it over, and then cut them again. And you can cut them as big as you want or small as you want. You can figure that out for yourself. So I'm gonna just dice this up, and you'll taste the corn tortillas in there. Oops. Looks like I missed a few, huh? Right? All right. So we're gonna go ahead and toss that into the casserole. Again, they're about an inch in size or something like that. Toss that into the casserole. Now we're gonna mix this all together. So we're gonna, again, we have cheese in there as well. We already have cheese, and then we're gonna put some cheese on top. So that way here, I think I'm still gonna put some more enchilada sauce in here. Not too much more. So it looks like I put probably half that can that I showed you earlier, about half a can of enchilada sauce in here. And this is what, a 9 by 12 bacon pan. So no, it's bigger than that. It's probably about 13 inches, 9 by 13 inches. But anyhow, I just mix this up. Oh, I gotta put it on the oven. Okay. So now I'm mixing this all up into like a goulash. I don't know, you can call it whatever you want, but I'm just mixing it all up. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Don't you cry no more. I don't know, that song just came to my mind for some reason. Somebody's playing it somewhere. Who knows where. I heard it in my mind, so I decided to sing it. Why not? Yeah, sometimes that happens. I'll hear a song. I know. One time, I think I talked about this on one of my other YouTube videos. I heard a song in the morning. Like, I don't know. In the morning, I was waking up. All of a sudden, I heard this song. And I recognized the song, but I couldn't remember the title, who sang it. So see, now I've mixed all this up. So now I'm just going to flatten everything out. Yeah, adding that extra enchilada sauce helped. So I'm going to flatten this out, and then I'll add the cheese. So anyhow, I think I had that song in my mind for about 2 days. I can't remember how long, but I just couldn't remember the song. So I looked around, I looked on YouTube. Finally, I found the song. I couldn't believe it. And I can't remember what the song is now, amazingly enough, right? So anyhow, I was blown away that I finally remembered that song. So just like with my guidance, I am so grateful for my guidance. I don't know who my guidance is, but today I went to Walmart to get some lotion and some other stuff, some supplements, a garlic pill, garlic capsules, and vitamin C's, and whatever else. And usually I do this. I used to do this when I used to be a handyman and work with this guy, right? I go, is there anything else that we need to do or we have left to do? A lot of times my guys go, no, you're done, or something like that. But a lot of times my guidance would go, well, yeah, there's one thing you have to do. I say, what's that? And of course, they can't make it easy for me. They have to challenge me, or at least let me do some of the grunt work, some of the homework for myself, right? So it's like that. So anyhow, sure enough, there'd be something that we forgot, or we left the door open, or we forgot to tighten some kind of bolt or whatever. It's like that. So if you, I don't know if you can see this really well, but this is about the amount of cheese you wanna add, um, and then basically you heat it up so that the cheese is all melted and may even get a little bit brown, but it should be about 20 minutes is my guess, 25 minutes or so. So mostly so everything will be heated, and then once it's heated, everything's good to go. So anyhow, today I was at Walmart and I got everything that I needed that I remember getting. That's why I never take a list with me. I never make a list. I just go get whatever. And I said, well, okay, guidance, is there anything else I need to get? Yes. Well, what is it? And I said, well, is it a food? Yes. And so well, is it in front of me, behind me, next to me, to my left, or to my right? In front of you. So that was where the food area is at, right? So I started moving in that direction, and then I remembered, yeah, I got to get the black olives, because the black olives I wanted to add to the enchilada casserole. So it was like that. So anyhow, thanks to my guidance, I would otherwise I would have forgot the black olives again, right? So it's like, anyhow, I'm going to throw this in the oven. We're pretty much done. Again, 20-25 minutes. Make sure it's the enchilada is heated. Maybe even the cheese a little bit brown, but it doesn't have to be necessary. Just mostly melted. And if you see little bubbles going blip 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 blip, then that's probably ready to go from there. So anyhow, I gotta go get ready because the Seahawks and the Frisco are getting ready to play. So I want to watch that game. It's probably going to be a good game, but that's besides the point. Have a God-guided weekend. Be the love that you are, always have been, and always will be. Aloha.